Hello, very good evening, students. Hello, and see, this is your e-learning session, and it is initiated by Vidyadish Vidya Sankul and under the guidelines of Dr. G.M. Sutria sir. Okay, see, in our last lecture, what we did that, see, up to 1 to 10 illustration of chapter 1 probability, part 2 statistics. Okay, now I hope you all read that, all you did that 1 to 10 example in your exercise book as well as in your example book 1 to 10 examples, and in exercise book total full 1.1 exercise is over, right? If you have doubts, then we will discuss that in our regular lecture, or see, we will see that in our doubt session. Okay, so now we will continue with our next topic, and that is topic is mathematical definition of a probability. See on page number 16. So shall we start our lecture? See that. Okay, now this is a theoretical portion, and I am reading that. First of all, mathematical definition of a probability. In that, equiprobable event. What is that? See, if there is no apparent reasons to believe that out of the one or more events of the random experiment, any one event is more or less likely to occur than the other event, that the events are called equiprobable events. See, I am giving the example for that. What is the sample space of the experiment, that is toss a coin, head and tail? What is the probability? See, head comes 1 times, tail comes 1 times. That means out of 2 here 1 comes 1 times. That is, what is the probability of that? Here for head, event A is equal to head. So what is the probability of head? It is P of A is equal to 1 by 2, because head comes once in the total and total outcome is U, that is sample space, that is 2. So the probability of getting head is 1 by 2, as well as if event B is equal to tail, then probability of getting tail is equal to again 1 by 2, because tail comes only 1 times in this total experiment and total outcomes of this experiment is 2, that's why 1 by 2. So the probability of both the events are same. Into the total sample space, we can say that the probability of getting head or the probability of getting tail from coin toss experiment, we can say that the probability of both the event is equal. So it is called an equiprobable event. Here this event is 1 by 2 probability, and this event has also 1 by 2 probability, and that's why it is called a equiprobable events. See the example given under that. Both a manufacturer of a certain item has 2 machines, that is machine number 1, that is M1, and machine number 2, that is M2. Okay, out of the in his factory for the production of items, both the machines produce the same number of items during a day. Both the machines produce same item during the day, but for that, for the more production, he introduced two machines, equal two machines, right? Okay, the lots of the made of the produced goods by the properly mixing the items produced of both the machines during the day. See, whatever produced by machine number 1, that is M1, and whatever produced by machine number 2, that is M2, are mixed, okay, at the end, and the randomly selected from such a lot is made on machine number 1 or machine number 2 are elementary events which are equiprobable. See, it is if all the productions are mixed there, and here if the one item is selected from the production, and what is the probability of produce this particular item from machine number 1 or machine number 2, that is equiprobable. It is produced from machine number 1, the probability of that is 1 by 2. Again, it is produced from machine number 2, the probability of getting that is 1 by 2. So, if one item is selected from the total production, and whatever we want that it is produced from which machine, the probability of that is 1 by 2, 1 by 2, that is equiprobable, right? Because item is only 1 and the machines are 2. That's why total outcomes is 2, and from that one machines we are using for the production of this particular item, and that's why it is called 1 by 2. The probability is equiprobable. Okay, now similarly, next example, wheels A and B marked with the numbers 1 2 3 1 2 3, same as on in the following pictures, are rotated by hand. The number against the pointer is noted down when the wheels stop rotating after some time. If it is clear that from the picture that all the three numbers on the wheel A will come against the pointer are equiprobable events. See, if one, see here, event A 1 by 3, event B 1 by 3, and event C 1 by 3, because there are three numbers on a board, 1, 2 and 3. Probability of getting number 1, probability of getting 1 is once in a total, that's why 1 by 3, total divided by, that is total, right? So 1 by 3 is the probability of getting 1, then probability of getting 2 is again 1 by 3, and probability of getting 3 is always 1 by 3. So here on the board, whatever we are getting, number 1, number 2 or number 3, the probability of getting 1, 2 or 3 is always equiprobable, that is 1 by 3, 1 by 3 and 1 by 3, right? Okay, now see the next point, that is favorable outcomes. What is favorable outcomes? See, here H and T is there in the sample space, H and T is given, right? Now probability of getting head on a time cost on the face, right? So probability of getting head means what? Here we want head, and favorable outcomes of that is what? See, in the time cost there are two outcomes, one is head and second is tail, right? If head is getting, then it is a favorable outcomes. If tail is getting, then it is a unfavorable outcomes. Okay, so what is the favorable outcomes? See that theoretically, if some outcomes out of the all the elementary outcomes in the sample space of a random experiment indicated the occurrence of a certain event A, then these outcomes are called the favorable outcomes of event A. What is that? See, I am giving a next example for that. See, in a die, if I am throwing a die, what is the total number of outcomes? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? If I am throwing a die, that is unbased die, then the number of outcomes on the face is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? So your sample space of throwing a die is 6. Okay, now event A. if they ask about event A, that getting perfect square. Now which one from these 1 to 6 are perfect square? See, the favorable outcome of event A is equal to what? Which are the perfect square from these 6 numbers 1 and 4? The favorable outcomes, that is 1 and 4. Here, what is favorable outcomes means? Whatever we want, that is a certain event, we want a perfect square. That is your event A, right? If event A is that we want perfect square, and from that we are selecting from all the outcomes of the sample space the perfect square, that is 1 and 4, that is called a favorable outcomes of the event A. Okay, so favorable outcome means, again I am reading that, see now, it some outcomes out of the all elementary outcomes, see these are the all the elementary outcomes 1 2 3 4 5 6, some outcomes, that is 1 and 4, that is perfect square in the sample space of a random experiment indicate the occurrence of certain event A. What is certain event A? Getting perfect square. Only 1 and 4 are the perfect square from that, right? That these outcomes are called the favorable outcomes of event A. So the favorable outcomes of event A is 1 and 4. Okay. For example, a card is drawn from a pack of 52 cards, right? If event denotes that the card drawn is face card. See, how many face cards in a 52 cards? All you know about that, or if you don't know, then see here, Jack, Queen and King. 3 cards are face cards for each type of cards. That means spade, club, heart and diamond. So 3 of spade, 3 of club, 3 of heart and 3 of diamond. That's why total 12 cards. Total 12 cards are the favorable outcomes from the 52 cards for event A. Okay, so here see the answer. If the event denotes that the card drawn is a face card, then the set of favorable outcomes is as follows. Then now king, king, king. How 4 king are there? That is spade king, then diamond king, then club king and then heart king. That's why S, D, C and H, K. K means queen. Now spade queen, diamond queen, then club queen and then heart queen. 4 queens are there and then jack. So spade jack, then diamond jack, then club jack and then heart jack. Okay, so total 12 cards are there. From 52 cards are face card. That's why if we want a face card as an event A, then the favorable outcomes from the total 52 cards is 12 cards. Okay, so this is the definition of favorable outcomes. Thus 12 outcomes are the favorable of event A. Okay, now the mathematical. See here I am already given you the definition here, and here it is practically given that mathematically definition of a probability. See, it is most important because now the total remaining chapter is based on this formula, compulsory. So keep in mind. See that suppose that there are total n outcomes in the finite sample space of a random experiment which are mutually exclusive, exhaustive and equiprobable. See, these 6 outcomes are mutually exclusive or exhaustive. See, if 6 outcomes, it is dependent on each other or not? No. If 1 is occur, then second, then 2, then 3 and 4 and 5 and 6? No. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 all are equiprobable. The probability of that is equal of all the items. Now it is exhaustive. One depend on other? No. one is occur, then second is not occur, then third is not occur. Okay, whenever fifth is occur, then 1, 2, 3, 4 and 6 will not occur. That means what? Here all are exclusive and exhaustive events. All the events with together we can see that U sample space is there. So A intersection B is null set, A union B, that is your sample space U, as well as it is equiprobable, that is probability of getting 1 is 1 by 6, getting 2 is also 1 by 6, getting 3 is also 1 by 6, and so on. So it is exclusive, exhaustive, as well as equiprobable, and that's why it is a total number of outcomes. See here we have to denote as N, 6C1. So 6 are the total outcomes, right? So see that suppose there are total n outcomes in the finite sample space. Here in a finite sample space, total n outcomes are 6, right? Of a random experiment which are mutually exclusive, exhaustive and equiprobable if if m outcomes among them are favorable. Among them m outcomes are favorable. So here we can say n is equal to 6. Now m is equal to 2. Two outcomes are favorable for event A. See again, if m outcomes, that is m is equal to 2 outcomes, number of outcomes is equal to 2. Among them are favorable for the event A, that is 2. Then the probability of event A is, see that, what is the probability of event A? It is denoted as P of A. Event name is A and probability sign, that is P. P of A is equal to m upon n. This is the formula. See, please remember this formula for the probability. P of A is equal to m upon n. M means what? Favorable outcomes of event A is equal to m. And n is equal to what? Total outcomes. That is m upon n, right? So the probability of event A is denoted by P of A, and what is the formula for that? Probability of event A is equal to favorable outcomes of event A divided by total outcomes which are mutually exclusive, exhaustive and equiprobable. N means what? The total number of outcomes. See that here on page number 16, read that P of A is equal to probability of event A is equal to favorable outcomes of event A, that is M, divided by total number of mutually exclusive, exhaustive and equiprobable outcomes of the sample space, right? So this is N, this is your M, and the probabilities formula P of A is equal to M upon N. Again, for event B, P of B is equal to M upon N. P of C, M upon N. Always the event name is changed, definition or the formula will not change. Again, keep in mind that the name of the event, event A, event B, event C, all the different types of events are there, right? And here the name of the event will change, but the formula is same. See, I am giving the next example for that. Event B is equal to what? Odd numbers. Getting odd numbers from this sample space. So, favorable outcomes of event B. Is equal to M is equal to, here again we have to write M. M is equal to what? Odd numbers are 1, 3, 5, right? So M is equal to what here? 3. So what is P of B? P of B is equal to again M upon N. M is equal to what? It is 3 and N is equal to 6. So probability of getting odd number is what? From this example it is 3 by 6, because odd numbers, that is favorable outcomes of event B M is equal to 1, 3, 5, that is 3 outcomes. Here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, total outcome is 6, and that's why the probability of getting odd number, that is P of B, is equal to 3 by 6, and it is 1 by 2. We can say that it is 1 by 2. Okay, so here the main definition is over. Please read this again and again, and if you have any doubts, then please show this video again and again. Now we'll move forward to our next page, that is on page number 17. See that both the numbers, that is M, which is also greater than or equal to 0. See, it may be 0. See, if we want that, if P of C, event C is equal to probability of getting more numbers on the die, on the face, is more than 6. More than 6, any numbers are there? No. That means favorable outcomes of event C is equal to what? 0. See, M is equal to 0 or more. 0 or more. That's why see on page number 17, but both the numbers, that is M greater than or equal to 0. It may be 0 or maybe more than 0, but and only greater than 0. N is not 0. See, if N is 0, then it is impossible event, because N is in the denominator. If N is 0, then it is impossible event, impossible probability. That's why M may be 0, but N never 0. So M is equal to what? M is equal to, see, it is greater than or equal to 0, and N only greater than 0. That is, N is a positive number and M is equal to 0 or the positive number. See, negative number will never come in the probability. See, keep in mind one small things, that negative item or negative number will never come in the probability compulsory. Always M is equal to 0 or greater than 0, or N is equal to always greater than 0. That means both are compulsory positive, and maybe M is equal to 0 also. Okay, so both the numbers M greater than or equal to 0 and N greater than 0 are integers, and M is less than or equal to 0. M not more than 0. M is less than or equal to N. Sorry, not 0. M is max to max 2. Nothing else. Right? Probability getting 6, all the 6 numbers, that is 6. 6 by 6, that is 1. Always favorable outcomes is most probably from 0 to N. So we can write that 0 less than or equal to M, less than or equal to N. Here M is equal to 0 or more, as well as M is equal to N or less N. Right? So this is the main thing. M is always between 0 to N. Okay? Both are including. It should be noted that the N cannot be 0 or N infinity. The mathematical definition of a probability is also called the classical definition. See, two type of questions are there. Different types of questions will ask in the examinations. If they ask say the mathematical definition of a probability, you have to write this and also this. But if they ask the classical definition of the probability, always we have to write this only. That means mathematical definition of a probability as well as classical definition of probability, both are same. Okay? The assumption. See, main assumption. The assumption of this mathematical definition are as follows. We have to assume for that whenever we are doing this probability chapter, we have to assume these 3 points compulsory. Which one? First assumption, the numbers of outcomes in the sample space of the random experiment is finite. We know all the numbers, right? If it is infinite, then we cannot find out the probability of that particular event, of that particular sample space. See, we can find out, see, the main thing was first assumption is that we can find out the probability of the random experiment, which experiment has a finite sample space. If the sample space is infinite, then we cannot find out the probability of that particular experiment. Okay, so here the first example, first assumption is all the number of events, all the number of outcomes are finite, compulsory for the sample space. Next, the number of outcomes in the sample space of a random experiment is known. It is finite as well as it is known. Which one? We have to know that all the outcomes, compulsory. Okay, so it is finite as well as it is known. And the third one, the outcomes of the sample space of the random experiment are equiprobable. Right? There are three assumptions. We have to compulsory follow these three assumptions while doing this practical sum. Now, we will accept some of the following important results about the probability without proof. We have to accept it. We don't have any proof. We don't have any specification regarding this. That's why we have to compulsory assume, or we have to compulsory accept these some experiment or some results. Okay, so that results I am writing on the board. Please write down in your fair book, compulsory, because while doing the practical sums it is very important, so you have to remember that also. I am writing on the board that particular results, important results. Write down in your fair book some particular important results. Your heading is that. Okay, now the first point is the range of for the probability of, that is P of A, of any event A is the sample space U is 0 to 1. Always your probability between 0 to 1, compulsory. Zero less than or equal to P of A less than or equal to 1 is your first important result. Always your probability, that means your answer of the probability P of A is equal to M upon N. Always N is higher than M, always. So the numerator is less and the denominator is high, compulsory, always. That's why the answer is between 0 to 1, compulsory, not more than 1 or not less than 0. That means not negative and also not more than 1. If your answer is more than 1, that means your answer is wrong. So this is the first important result. Okay, so you have to keep in mind that whenever your probability answer is there, your answer between 0 to 1 always. Okay, now the second one, the probability of an impossible event, that is 0. Earlier we have denoted as impossible event by null set. The probability of impossible event, that is null set. We are denoting the impossible event as a null set. Probability of null set is always 0. Impossible event always not possible, that means the favorable outcomes is always 0, and 0 divided by n, that is 0. So your probability of uncertain event, or you can say probability of impossible event, is always 0. That is the second thing. First is probability is between 0 to 1, and if the probability of getting impossible event, then it is here. See, from the throw of die, right? What is the probability of getting 7 on the face? See, there is no any 7 numbers are there on the die. only 1 2 3 4 5 6, that is your sample space is from 1 to 6. If the probability of getting event A is equal to probability of getting 7 on the face of the die, that means it is an impossible event, and that's why the favorable outcomes is 0, and that's why here the probability is always 0. So impossible event, probability of getting an impossible event is always 0. That is your second important result. Now the third one, the probability of certain event is always 1. That is, earlier we have denoted a certain event by u, that's why hence P of u is equal to 1. And we are denoting u as a certain event, that's why P of u is equal to always 1. That is total probability. Always the total probability is 1. Right? Okay. Now the third one, now the fourth one, sorry. The probability of complementary event, that is A dash, is of event A in the sample space U is, see that, that is P of A dash from U. That's why we can say, see, the total probability is what? The total probability is 1. Always total probability. Probability of certain event is always 1. That means always the total probability is 1. And if we want a complementary event of event A, that is probability of complementary event A, that is A dash, is equal to 1 minus P of A. See, I am giving you example. U is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Right? If event A is equal to 1 and 4, perfect square. Right? What is the A dash? What is the complementary event of event A? Here the complementary event of event A means U minus A. Right? U is equal to what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 minus 1 and 4. U minus A. That is here 6 minus 2. That is 4. See here, what is your A dash? That's why you can say A dash is equal to 2, 3, 5 and 6. Right? So here U is equal to what? P of U is equal to always 1. So A dash is equal to what formula? U minus A. U is equal to always 1 and A is equal to P of A. So whenever we want P of A dash is equal to 1 minus A dash, here only A dash, then A dash is equal to U minus A. But whenever we want the probability of A dash, that is the probability of complementary event, here I am writing like that, A dash is equal to P of A dash, U is equal to 1 and A is equal to P of A. That's why the probability of complementary event is always P of A dash is equal to 1 minus P of A. Okay? So please write down all these things first, then we will discuss our next point. That is point number 5. Please write down these 4 and also these for understanding this P of A dash, that is complementary event of probability of complementary event A. Okay. So write down these 4 points as well as this example for this. Okay, I hope you complete that. Now I am writing the fifth one. If A is a subset of B, A subset B for two events A and B in the sample space of a random experiment, then P of A less than or equal to P of B. If A is a subset of B in certain experiment for the two event A and B for the sample space of a random experiment, then P of A is equal to less than or equal to P of B, as well as P of B minus A is equal to P of B minus P of A. Okay, so here if A is a subset of B means what? I am giving you example for that. Again same example, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Then event A is equal to 1, 2, 3. Event B is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So what is that? What is the probability of event A? P of A is equal to M upon N. M is equal to total favorable outcomes, that is 3. 3 upon M upon N, that is 3 upon 6. Right? Probability of B is what? M upon N again, that is 5 by 6. See, the probability of A is 3 by 6 and of B is 5 by 6. See the result. P of A is always less than or equal to P of B if P of B is equal to subset of A. A is a subset of B. Then here P of A less than or equal to P of B. Here 3 by 6, here 5 by 6. Which one is the higher? 5 by 6 is the higher amount. That's why we can say that P of A is always less than P of B whenever A is a subset of B. And what is the next thing? Second thing is that P of B minus A is equal to, here B minus A means what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 minus 1, 2, 3. What is the answer? Here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 minus 1, 2, 3, that is 4, 5. So P of B minus P of A, 5 by 6 minus 3 by 6, that is the answer is, see that 5 by 6 minus 3 by 6, the answer is 2 by 6. The remaining amount 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 minus 1, 2, 3. So the remaining is 4 and 5 out of 6. That's why 2 by 6 is the final answer. That is P of B minus A is equal to P of B. That is 5 by 6 minus P of A. That is 3 by 6. So 6 is the LCM. 5 minus 3. That's why 2 by 6 is the final answer. And we can say that from the example 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 minus 1, 2, 3. That's why 5 minus 3, that's why 2. And total outcomes is again, it is 6. That's why 2 by 6 is the P of B minus A. Okay. So here the example as well as fifth point I am writing here. Please write down this in your fair book. Compulsory. Please write this because it is not explaining you here anytime and in anywhere. Please write down this. Okay, it is very important for your knowledge, for your probability chapter, compulsory. All these things are never ever discussed in any tuition classes also. So please write down this with the illustration, compulsory. Point number 5 is over. And now the next last point, that is point number 6. Total 6 important points, right, are there, and we have to write that particular 6 point in your fair book. Write down this. Okay, I hope you complete this. Now the 6th point is all the formulas. In the 6 point, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 and 8 and 9 formulas are given, and we have to write that particular formula, as well as we have to remember that all compulsory, right? So in 6 point we have to write a 9 formulas. So I am removing full all the 5 points. Six point for event A and B in the sample space of a random experiment. What is the formulas? First one, P of A intersection B less than or equal to P of A always. P of A, what is the probability of A? That is P of A. Here, whenever we are getting the probability of P of A intersection B, that is common from A and B. Whatever we are taking, that is here always A is greater than A intersection B. See, I am giving you here one example for that. Here U is equal to, say, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. A is equal to 1, 2, 3. B is equal to 2, 4, 6. Right? Always. So here, what is A intersection B? First of all, that is 2. What is A union B? That is 1, 2, 3, 4 and 6. Right? So from that we can say that probability of A intersection B is what? Probability of A intersection B is 1 by 6. So P of A intersection B is equal to 1 by 6. Right? Now what is the probability of A? 3 by 6. 3 number of outcomes. There are 3 outcomes, favorable outcomes. Here total outcomes is 6. So M upon N is equal to 3 upon 6. And here M upon N is equal to 1 upon 6. Right? So always see, whenever A intersection B is a subset of A, that's why A intersection B is from A, also is from B. That's why we can say that always A intersection B is less than A. That's why your first point is P of A intersection B less than or equal to P of A. Again, second point, same, that is P of A intersection B is always less than or equal to P of A. Not only P of A, it is also P of B, because here what is the probability of P of B? Again 3 outcomes are there from 6. So here 1 by 6, it is from A, it is from B, and that's why we can say A intersection B is always less than A or less than B. Okay, that's why there are 2 points. Now the third point, P of A less than or equal to A union B. What is P of A union B? Five by 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Total 6. N is equal to 6. Right? So 5 by 6, always it is less than P of A union B, because P of A union B, A is a subset of A union B, because A 1, 2, 3, A union B 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, right? So A is a subset of A union B. That's why A is always less than, P of A is always less than P of A union B. Again, same. P of B is also always less than or equal to P of A union B. Same. See here, 3 by 6, 5 by 6. That's why it is also B is a subset of A union B. Always see, A intersection B is a subset of A. A intersection B is a subset of B. Again, A is a subset of A union B. B is a subset of A union B. That's why these 4 results are there, and it is very important. If your answer P of A is less than the P of A intersection B, that means your answer will wrong. You have to keep in mind all these things, right? Now, your 4 main points are over. Now, the formulas that we already discussed in a difference event, okay? So, that we have to see here. P of A dash intersection B dash, A dash intersection B dash is equal to, see here, see, if you have to remember this formula, then you have to just make a shortcut. Whenever A dash intersection B dash, right, both have personally dash, then we have to write down this dash as a whole. We don't write personally dash, we write just A and B, and here I am writing that dash on the bracket, right? So personally we are removing and doing on the total, but here intersection is there, we have to convert it into union. So here whenever A dash intersection B dash, the answer is inverse, that is A union B all dash. Okay, so we can say that for that 1 minus, always what is A dash? P of A dash is equal to what? We already discussed about that, 1 minus P of A, right? So always total probability is 1. Always the total probability is 1. Whenever we want dash, then we have to subtract that particular from the 1. So here A union B dash, we want particular, not particular dash, but whole dash whenever we need. Then here 1 minus P of A union B. So whenever we want P of A dash intersection B dash, then we want to convert that A intersection B, other than for that A union B, and dash will be on the whole, that is on the bracket. So P of A union B all dash is the answer, and after that 1 minus P of A union B is the final answer for this. If the question, in the question this one is given, we have to write this. If this one is given, we have to write this, compulsory. So this is the formula, so you have to keep in mind this formula. Okay, now the 6th one. Next, P of A in dash union B dash is equal to P of A intersection. See, we have to just change union, we have to convert in intersection, intersection we have to convert in union, and dash on the bracket. That's why 1 minus P of A intersection B is the final answer, right? So for this, the final answer is this. For this, the final answer is this. Okay, now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? Now 7th one, A minus B. We already So that what is B minus A? Here we say that A minus B is equal to P of A intersection B dash is equal to P of A minus P of A intersection B. So P of A minus B for the formula. See, we already discussed this formula in difference event, that is A minus B and B minus A. But it is just A minus B and B minus A. Here we are including a probability, that is P. So P of A minus B is equal to P of A intersection B dash is equal to P of A minus P of A intersection B. Means what? Whenever we see that difference events A minus B is equal to A minus A intersection B, here I am including probability, that is P, nothing else. So it is very easy for remember. And eighth one, P of B minus A is equal to P of A dash intersection B is equal to P of B minus P of A intersection B. See, you have to remember all these formula, please. Otherwise, you cannot read the question answer. You cannot give the answer of your particular question into the examination. Now, the last point. See, the main thing is given. This is the 1 mark question answer. You have to write all this probability in a ascending order, compulsory. It is given in a different side, right? But you have to consider, you have to arrange that in a ascending order, right? So here I am arranging that 0 is the smallest one. Always the smallest one is 0 to 1. The probability of is starting with 0 and ending with 1. Okay, so 0 is the starting point, 0, then less than or equal to P of A intersection B. See here, P of A intersection B is always less than P of A and B. That's why intersection, then P of A, then P of A or B, whatever, then union, P of A union B. And here last thing is that P of A plus P of B is the highest one, and we can say here not given. If 1 is given, the total answer 1 is the last. So here 0 is less than or equal to P of A intersection B is less than or equal to P of A or P of B. Here we can write that P of B also here less than or equal to P of A union B, less than or equal to P of A plus P of B, and less than or equal to 1. The total is 1. So here I am arranging this data into ascending order. In 1 mark question they will ask that here you have to arrange all this data, P of A union B, then 0, then P of A plus B, then P of A, all are given here. You have to arrange that into ascending order, compulsory. Okay, so here all the formulas are there. Your total homework, see, homework time, today's homework is remember or learn all formulas and write it 3 times in your rough book. You have to write once in your fair book and 3 times in your rough book. Okay, so there is no any other homework for today. So here I am complete my lecture. Thank you guys.